Hi LEGO fans! It's always an exciting time in the Herbert household when it's somebody's birthday. And a birthday for us is a good excuse to go out and buy one of the more premium LEGO sets that we wouldn't normally be able to buy. And this year my son really wanted the new Ultimate Collector's Series Snowspeeder. But unfortunately we couldn't get it in time for his birthday, so we have Slave 1, set number 75060. And this is a beast of a set. Weighing in at £7 or 3.2 kilos. This set has how many pieces, Megan?
1,996.
So almost 2,000 pieces in this set, and like any Ultimate Collector's Series set, it comes with this great stand here so that we can display the piece. You know, these are things that are not really designed to be played with necessarily, but they make great display pieces, and we've got other sets from the Ultimate Collector's Series which we'll be sharing with you in the future. Included in the 1,996 piece count are 5 minifigures, or really it's 4 minifigures plus Han Solo frozen in carbonite, which isn't really a minifigure. We're also getting Boba Fett, a Bespin Guard, a Han Solo and a classic Stormtrooper. So most of you will know the Slave 1 ship from the 1980 Star Wars movie The Empire Strikes Back, and this is the ship that Boba Fett uses to transport Han Solo frozen in carbonite from Cloud City, which is beautifully rendered on the box here, over to Tatooine to see Jabba the Hutt, and of course that follows through to the Return of the Jedi movie. So this is quite an expensive set. In the United States you're going to be spending about $200 plus tax. In the United Kingdom it's going to run to about £179, and in the rest of Europe you're looking at €200. And with some rough calculations, you're paying roughly a 30% markup in the UK or a 20% markup in the EU. Not forgetting of course that in a lot of US states you're going to pay sales tax on this, unless you shop in Delaware, where $200 is what you pay, which is nice. Okay, so we're going to flip this box over, have a look at what's on the back, and then we'll get down to some serious building action. Cool. So on the back of the box we get more of an idea of some of the interactive elements. We can also see the minifigures. We can see here we've got Boba Fett with the Han Solo frozen in carbonite. We've got our Bespin Guard and the Stormtrooper. Now I don't think Han Solo himself makes an appearance on here, but we will see him soon enough. Great detailing on the ship here. I can see that, yeah, it looks like we're going to get some stickered pieces on here, which is unfortunate, but, you know, we have to put up with stickered pieces from LEGO. That's actually why I really like the LEGO Ideas sets, because they are a sticker-free zone. And we also get an idea of some of the interactive elements here. We can see we've got this pivoting seat for Boba Fett to sit in, and I believe that also makes the wings pivot at the same time. We've got some elements that will swing out and you can play with on this set. There's also a nice little kind of laser missile there. I don't know whether you'll be able to fire that, but it's a cool addition. And this looks pretty cool as well. You've got this loading deck on the back of the ship. And as always, we get with these Ultimate Collector Series, we get an exclusive building instruction included. Well, obviously it's going to come with building instructions, but we usually get a better class of building instruction with this set, with these more premium sets, and I expect that to be printed on black paper. It's probably going to be bound really nicely, and it's going to be very cool. So yeah, this looks great. I can't wait to get this open. Let's crack open this box and see what's inside. Okay, so a really big set. Let's see what we've got inside. And a little bit of a struggle to film this one because we've got so much LEGO box, and my tripod really isn't big enough to get as far away as we need to. So we've got a lot of cool stuff in here. Let's take a look. First, let's grab a look at this build manual. And as you can see, LEGO have put a piece of card in there with it to keep it in great condition. And yeah, if we tear that open, we can see first of all the dreaded sticker sheet. Here's our stickers. So we've got the big sticker there for the panel that tells you all about Slave 1 when you've got it on display. And actually, there aren't as many stickers as I feared in this set, which is a positive. Then we've got our build manual, and this is no disappointment. This is voluminous in its nature. We've got lots and lots of stuff to do here. That's a nice thick manual, nice quality, and I'm sure we will have some additional pages in here telling us about the design process of the model, and even some Slave One facts, which is very cool. Okay, let's put that to one side. So it looks like we've got an awful lot of Lego here to play with. First of all, the question is how many bags? Okay, well there's bag number 10. 9. Oh, 12, okay. 13. There's the display stand. That's a nice piece of Lego there with a very flat front. That's where that big sticker's going to go. And yeah, it looks like we're going to be a 13 bag build. We're going to go ahead and do a speed build, give you a sense of the build process, and this is going to take about 30 seconds. And here's the completed build, and this posed many challenges for us, not least how to display it in the studio, because this is way bigger than any of the other sets that I've reviewed before. So I didn't actually get to build this, but Reese did. Reese, happy birthday, I hope you enjoyed getting this. How was it to build?
It was quite a difficult build, and it took about 3 hours and 30 minutes to build. Over
3.5 hours. Yeah, wow, well, with 1996 pieces, it's certainly a big set. Would you say it's one of the most impressive sets that you've got?
Yes, it was one of the most impressive sets, along with the Porsche. That's another good set we've reviewed.
And you should definitely go and check out that build video. So one of the really nice features about the Ultimate Collector series of Star Wars Lego is that they usually provide sets that are really nice to display, and this is no exception. It actually comes with a stand which we'll show you in more detail, which enables you to pose Slave One in this upright position, which is exactly how it flies. And this looks awesome. I can't say how pleased I am with this set. It's absolutely fantastic. So here is Slave One taken off the stand, and from what you can see here, and also from this side view, Slave One is resting on a very small amount of Lego. The stand is quite minimalist, but it is very strong, and it has to be because Slave One itself weighs almost 6 pounds, which is a huge amount of Lego, and that would be a lot of Lego to pick up off the floor if it fell over. So here's another close-up of the front of the stand, and as you can see we've got this information panel here, which is usually hidden by Slave One when Slave One's on the stand, but this gives us more information about the actual ship and the craft itself. And the ship Slave One is a Fire Spray 31 class patrol and attack craft, manufactured by Quat Systems Engineering. Here's a view of the back of the ship, and you can see here where the stand actually just hooks into Slave One. And you've got 2 holes in the back of the ship and some pieces down here which the ship can rest against, and that's how it holds the weight. Here's a close-up towards the top of the back of the ship, and it gives us a great opportunity to see the engines on the back here with these clear blue transparent pieces, and also a close-up of the wings which can be pivoted up and down. And what really sets these Ultimate Collector series ships apart from other models that Lego produce is the level of attention to detail. See here, even on the back of the ship and on the bottom, which are areas that would probably not be seen on display, we've still got things like these landing lights here. The level of attention to detail is huge. So here you can see Boba Fett behind the controls of Slave One, and you can also see the pivoting wings on the side. Let's take a closer look at that cockpit. And as you can see, there's quite a lot of detail here inside the cockpit with Boba himself. We've got these printed pieces here for the computers. We also have 2 little clips on the side here for Boba's guns, and he sits in this really cool revolving seat so that he can pivot upwards, which really helps when Slave One comes into land, because it does land on the base, whereas it flies vertically. One of the really cool elements you notice when you're unboxing this set is this huge clear plastic piece for the canopy of the cockpit, and you can just go ahead and put that back on there. That's a huge piece and very unique. On the sides of the ship are these quite fiddly but very nicely detailed weapons bays, and if we pop that one out there, you can see we've got this awesome kind of laser mine element, I guess, and then on the other side we have some serious firepower. Very impressive. And there's more awesome detailing at the bottom of the ship here with these rotating cannons. Another nice feature of this set is that you can display it on the side if you don't want to put it on the stand, and that will really help if you don't have a particularly tall display area to place it in. So while we've got it on the side, I think it would be a great opportunity to compare this model to the earlier Slave 1. So here they are side by side. On the left we've got the new 75060 Ultimate Collector Series Slave 1 with 1996 pieces, and on the right we have the earlier Slave 1 set number 8097 with just 573 pieces. And structurally these look very similar. Obviously a very different piece count, but there are some pieces here, including the archways here over the fins, which are the same pieces used in both sets. The most notable difference here is going to be the shape of the cockpit. This is much more rudimentary, not as rounded, and this has grooves down it. But you know, the sets do look very similar to one another. Obviously there's a huge difference in price here, so you know, this is a very nice set to have. It doesn't come with a display stand, but this is a very nice addition for the serious collector. So let's go ahead and take a look at the minifigures that come with this set. We don't always get a lot of minifigures with the Ultimate Collector Series, but hopefully quality will outweigh quantity. First up, we've got our star of the show. This is Boba Fett, son of Jango, and he is a beautiful minifigure. He comes with this large blaster gun, which I'll take to one side, and the first thing we notice here is that there is a lot of metallic printing. We've got this silver printing on the chest there, and also gold printing on the legs, and this silver metallic printing on the feet for his boots. This is just beautifully printed, and also we have printing on the arms. Lego have gone to town on this, and almost every surface is printed. I can't quite see whether there's any printing underneath his backpack here. I think there is, yes. And he's got this great jetpack on, great helmet with multiple print elements. And let's just compare him to the earlier Boba Fett figure from the other Slave 1 that I showed you a few moments ago. And the first thing you're going to notice is that the pants have got printing on there. There is definitely more sophisticated printing on the front of him. I think the helmet pieces are exactly the same. I'm not really seeing any differences there. That's the same element, and unless I'm missing something, I think all of the printing is the same. They do come with slightly different capes. You'll see that the newer one here has some printing on the cape itself, and they appear to have the same backpack piece. So that is very cool. Let's just see what the head looks like underneath. Oh yes, we do have an expression on Boba. Nothing on the back, but yeah, that's quite a mean expression on Boba's face there. Let's pop his helmet back on, and that is our awesome Boba Fett. So here's our Han Solo minifig, and he is dressed very simply in brown pants with no printing and a white shirt which is only printed at the front. And you may remember from the movie, this outfit here is inexplicitly transferred onto Lando Calrissian at the end of the movie, and nobody ever really explained where that came from. So yeah, he's very simple, a surprisingly little amount of printing on him, but that keeps things simple. He's got an expression on the front there, and I'm going to turn his head around, and we also have a secondary expression for when he's being frozen in carbonite. Now what's really interesting is if we go ahead and get the Han Solo frozen in carbonite piece, you can actually see that he is completely mirrored on there, including the expression, which is very neat. This piece hasn't changed from previous versions of Han frozen in carbonite, apart from the very early ones which were stickered. And the really nice piece about these is, if you haven't seen them before, is that you can actually put the minifig inside, and there are a couple of handles there that you can clip the minifigure into, and then Han is permanently encased in carbonite. Here's our Bespin Guard, and I've got to say this guy does feel like filler. He is a pretty generic guy, no printing on the pants there, but he does have some nice gold printing on the front of his tunic there, and also that is mirrored on the back, which is quite nice. We don't have an expression on the back of his head. We have this very nice cap piece and a fairly muted expression on the front. He's also equipped with a blaster, and that is our Bespin Guard. And finally we have our classic Stormtrooper. This is one of the more updated ones with some more detailed printing on the front, including this different printing on each one of the legs. He's got this great moulded helmet with lots of very detailed printing on the front, not necessarily on the back. But on the back of the torso there, you can see you've got all of the detailing in there. And if we remove the helmet, you can see we've got a regular guy underneath who looks very determined and ready not to shoot anything. So that is our Stormtrooper. Here's a view of the rear of Slave 1, and you can see our minifigure Bespin Guard there, ready to load Han, already frozen in carbonite, into the back of Slave 1. And just wanted to show you here, you can actually push Han into the back here. He clips into place, and then you have this door that folds down, completing the build. And again, that's just huge attention to detail from the designers at LEGO. So that was Slave 1 Ultimate LEGO Star Wars Collector's Series set number 75060. Really hope you enjoyed this Ultimate Collector's Series review today. We are going to be reviewing the Snowspeeder in an upcoming video, and we've got some of the older Collector's Series sets as well, which we are going to be reviewing. So thank you for joining us today. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button, that really helps us. And don't forget to subscribe for more. We've got at least 2 videos coming out every week, and we love sharing our LEGO content with you. So thanks for joining us today, and don't forget to like and subscribe.